inaugural season. You know that. I know that. Gave up the most points. I think that's the most points in Cowboys history. Second most yards in Cowboys history. Okay. Michael Parsons, I'm interested to see what he can bring to the table. I think this kid is phenomenal.
Yep.
He flashes. When you cut the tape on, he played. He at the combine, he ran like he played. You look like, okay, this kid legit. Maybe they do Trayvon Diggs. I like to hear what he has to say. But Skip, you already know the storyline gonna be what? Jerry gonna get up there and sing them cowboy songs, them old country westerns. You know how them country songs go, Jenny. Yeah, there's no telling. You don't have no idea the check that I write for a Super Bowl. I know there's a lot of manure, so that means there's a horse around here somewhere for me. You know what Jerry gonna say, Skip? It's gonna be all about Jerry. And at what point in time that you didn't win the playoff, you didn't win your division last year, you didn't win it the year before. So what you gonna say? What you do, and you is you because you got the microphone, you got the bully pulpit. You always overpromise and underdeliver for them sorry Cowboys. And I heard it up to here. With you and them sorry behind Cowboys. Because guess what? You gave me the feel. I got all the other teams in that division, and you got one sorry, pathetic Cowboy with a damaged quarterback right now and an owner that won't stop talking. And so that's it.
That is one bet I've already won.
No, you ain't why you won it. You ain't even,
it's over.
Skip, your quarterback ain't even played.
You missed one of the all-time great country western lines. All my exes live in Texas, because mine do, actually. They do. That is the truth for me. That applies to me.
They don't want to acknowledge you. They say they don't know no Skip Bayless.
No, they still love you.
No, they don't.
My team is about to light up Hard Knocks. My team, the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, is about to give you the greatest Hard Knocks performance ever, because my team was made for this spotlight. You know it, and I know it. They are about to own Hard Knocks because they're made for Hard Knocks. This is Hollywood, Texas, and I love the off-the-field makeup of this team, as in the interview room makeup of this team, because my draft class led the NFL in outrageous quotes.
Yeah.
They already did, so I got that going for me already. I think Jerry's going to be an afterthought in Hard Knocks. I think Jerry's going to be in the background.
Whatever.
He's going to be a backup singer.
Okay.
He will. He's going to be a backup singer. Just watch what happens.
Okay.
Because look what your man Micah Parsons, I'm giving you credit for this, because you said he's the best defensive player in the draft. Obviously, I wanted them to go a little different direction with a certain cornerback who wound up with your Denver Broncos, and I stand by that.
Good too.
But let me tell you, Micah Parsons the other night in the Hall of Fame game, I know it was just the first of 4, and he played 2 series, and he lit it up. Every time I looked up, number 11 was in the middle of another play. There was an early fumble, and he just happened to be at the right place at the right time and fell on it. And then there's a downfield tackle, then there's a sweep tackle, and I'm looking up, and he is wreaking havoc in 2 series. When you flash like that in your first ever NFL preseason game, I'm good. I see you coming. I see what you can do, because he's one of those all over the field. See ball, go hit ball, get your hands on ball, disrupt. Okay, so Micah Parsons is a big, bad talker, in a good way. And watch, he will light up the Hard Knocks microphones. Then I got my man, my second-round pick, Kelvin Joseph, who did start the other night at cornerback, and he has a lengthy rap career already. I wasn't aware of it, but he has a lengthy rap career as Boss Man Fat. You don't think he's going to do a little rapping on Hard Knocks? You don't think he might take over Hard Knocks as the breakout star of Hard Knocks?
I want to know how the Cowboys keep finding all the rappers. Remember y'all had Cole Beasley?
We did.
And now y'all got Boss Man Fat?
We had Cole Beasley. we had Eminem, right? How about Nashawn Wright out of Oregon State? He's a 3rd-round pick, number 99.
Oh, the one that's better than Richard Sherman?
Yeah, he says, here's the quote. I'm going to read this. Is the quote right after the draft from Nashawn Wright. I kind of look at myself as kind of like a more athletic and agile Richard Sherman. Yeah, that scheme just fits perfect for me. Because it's the Dan Quinn, Richard Sherman, Seattle scheme, okay? That came out of the mouth of Nashawn Wright. I love it, and you're going to get more of it on Hard Knocks. Now let's go to the veterans. A second-year man I raved about on draft night 2 years ago is CeeDee Lamb. He is emerging as the #1 receiver. Obviously, Amari is hurt again. He's always hurt with something, and he's out of sight, out of mind. But did you see the story this morning? They are now switching CeeDee out of the slot and splitting him out wide and bringing Gallup into the slot. Why is that? Because, see, they got to get him out wide where he can be what he is, a wide receiver.
Yeah, let them #1 corners put hands on him.
Okay, well, we'll see about that because they're going to have to cover him with more open space than in the slot where you can bracket people, right?
I can't wait to Tampa get their hands on him.
CeeDee Lamb has not had enough exposure yet. He's about to get it. How about the Zeke story? We got a new improved Zeke.
Yes.
We got a slimmer, sleeker Zeke. We got a new diet. We got a new cook for him. We got a new physique for him.
You see how you talking?
Bounce back
You
year.
see how you talking?
Yeah.
And then guess what? 3-4 weeks into the season, you like, he ain't back in the Cowboys fan.
Okay.
He ain't got no burst.
But this is 4 weeks of preseason Hard Knocks. We got 4 weeks of Zeke, and he will light it up. And how about Dak Prescott? I get frustrated with Dak because he is as agile at escaping questions as he is at escaping pass rushers. He never answers anybody's question. He ducks and he dodges. I think he will open up and, so to speak, let his hair down for Hard Knocks. You don't think so?
What are you going to open up and talk about?
Well, maybe about making $75 million this year.
He ain't talking about that. He's
about
not earning that
taking
money.
Jerry to the cleaners and then to the bank in negotiations.
I tried to tell you that, but you didn't want to hear.
Well, he did. He pulled that off. And I think he will light this up because he will talk about how he pulled that off. And how about a new defense with Dan Quinn as the coordinator? Yes. You're going to feel energy. You're going to feel momentum because I think this team is going to bounce back and at least win the least. At least win the least. And I think they know it, and I think this is going to be their launching pad. This is the rocket will launch off this pad. They are made. This is Hollywood, Texas. This is what they were made to do.
First of all, I want you to stop saying this is Hollywood, Texas, because you don't have anybody that's ready for the big screen. Okay? Nobody is ready for the big screen. Your quarterback is not Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. Okay? So let's just stop this. Your coach is not Bill Belichick. Okay? So let's stop that.
This year, my quarterback is going to make $75 million. The second quarterback on the pay list is Tom Brady at $27.5. Okay. My quarterback is going to make almost $50 million more this year than the second quarterback on the list.
Okay.
Yep.
That don't mean he's a better quarterback. So you saying he's a better quarterback because he's making more than Tom?
No, but that qualifies him as box office. Yep.
So that qualifies him as box office.
Yep. I got to tell you, my first Cowboy team I covered was 1979, the team that went on to lose to Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl.
Yes,
remember that? 35-31, Super Bowl 13. And I thought it was the most glorious team I'd ever covered because
Jackie Smith dropped that touchdown.
He dropped a touchdown pass from Roger Staubach. But it was like mini theaters. Every day you walked in the locker room at lunchtime, and you know how this goes because you were a mini theater under yourself. But, you know, that was in the age when they were just now breaking up the solo theater into 15 little movie theaters. So I could go in at lunchtime, and it would be Roger and Drew and Too Tall and Harvey Martin and Randy White and Charlie Waters and Cliff Harris. And I could just go down the list. Tony Hill and obviously Tony Dorsett. It was star power. And then that team got eclipsed in star power by the 1992 Cowboys of obviously Troy, Emmett, Michael, and Charles Haley, and I can just keep on keeping on.
They had, look, I understand the Cowboys, but the personalities that 90s team had, you've never had an offensive lineman that had more personality than Nate Newton.
You have not. I buy that. Case closed.
Nate was off the chain.
Yep. My second book on the Cowboys, Nate just took my book over.
Nate, and then you had Mike. Skip, you know what Mike is.
Do I?
Now, Troy wasn't much of a talker. Troy was a doer. Troy, like, get the job done. Y'all do all that other stuff.
Although I got to say, after the game, Troy, just on analysis of the game, be it just like open-hearted analysis, he was tremendous. He might have been as good as it wasn't what you'd call, like, entertaining, but it was like electrifying objectivity.
He knows exactly why they lost the game.
Well, it's why he became what he became, one of the greatest analysts in the history of pro football.
And the person that's Skip, you got Deion, you got Haley, you got all these guys. I mean, when you say characters, you had them then.
Oh, You got it.
And then Jimmy, Jimmy let him be Jimmy. But when it came time to work, you had to get that work in.
Yep. And then how about Randy Gregory? I read a story the other day in The Athletic by Dan Pompei that was just sensational. He is a star waiting to happen, but he's been through rehab, as you know, again and again. And now
one day at a time. Just take one day at a time.
And the most glaring sort of note in the piece was that he's now addicted to nicotine because in rehab, they give you a pack of cigarettes so you'll stop smoking weed, right? And so now he smokes still a pack of cigarettes a day, down from a pack and a half, because he got addicted to nicotine. He still chews